That's what we needed. So let's activate Melodius Concerto. Wait, that can get... Fuck yeah, we'll do that then. Shaddolls Hound. And we'll also do Sophina. Summon El Shaddolls Construct. How's it going, everyone? This is Yugioh Gaming, and welcome back to some more of the Yugioh Master Duel Masochist Challenge. Now, before we get into today's duels, first off, we have this, the Black Friday login bonus. Gives us a free pack, of course. I don't deconstruct these packs, I just consider them little extra bonuses for playing the game. So let's see what we get. Gold pack, by the way, so we could get something good. It's up to you guys if you want to lambast me in the comments about doing this rule. I know you can deconstruct them, I choose not to. It just makes it more interesting. Synchro Overtop. Target any number of level 7 or 8 dragon synchros in your graveyard, special summon them in defense, but their levels become 1 and their effects are negated. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except synchros. When a synchro monster you control is destroyed by battle, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon a Crimson Dragon from your extra deck. Unfortunately, we can't really use that. We don't have a lot of synchro dragons. Edgem Saw is really good, though. We do have some fluffles, so we might look into seeing if we can't do Freight Furs. Crystal Promise, target 1 Crystal Beast card in your spawn trap zone. Can't use that. Revendread Evolution. Can be used to ritual summon any Vendread ritual monster from your hand or graveyard. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field, and or send 1 Vendread monster from your deck to the graveyard whose total level is equal to the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. The ritual monster is destroyed during the end phase of the next turn. Guilt of the Sinful Spoil. If your opponent special summons a monster from the deck or extra deck and you control a Duel Star monster card, target 1 monster your opponent controls, shuffle it back into the deck. During the damage step, when your Duel Star monster attacks an opponent's monster or battles an opponent's monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard. That opponent's monster's attack becomes halved until the end of this turn. Alright. A lot of these cards are very specific to archetypes. Edgem Saw so far is the only one that really... Apparently we already had one. Huh. Talos of Shurilane, or Talons of Shurilane. This card battles a monster. It neither can be destroyed by that battle. You can only use the following effects once per turn. During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target 1 fiend or illusion monster you control except Talons of Shurilane. Return it to the hand. If you do, special summon this card from your hand. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets your cards, quick effect, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, return this card from the field to the hand, and if you do, destroy that monster. Certainly interesting. We need more illusions to make this work, but that's definitely an interesting card to keep in mind. Golgoyle, the Steel Seismic Smasher. Speaking of more illusions, by the way, if this card battles a monster, neither can be destroyed by that battle. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. After damage calculation, if your machine or illusion monster battled, you can target 1 of your monsters that is banished or in your graveyard, special summon it. If this card is banished from the field, you can special summon it. Okay. And Witch of the White Forest, which is specific to White Forest cards. So unfortunately, not very useful for us right now. Maybe in the future. Always great to pick up the field spell. Regardless, though, continuing on with our usual spiel at the start here. Once again, we are starting here. Jesus, we're getting a lot today. Yeah, Gaga Academy Emergency Network icon. Okay, whatever. Stop with the notifications. There we go. We're starting here because I don't know whether or not we're keeping the first duel. We only keep duels that we win or duels that are interesting in some way. Beyond that, if you guys enjoy this, please leave a like and comment, subscribe. I am planning on doing a live stream, I will say, probably either this Saturday or this Sunday. It all depends. I will let you know closer to the day of whether or not we're doing it Saturday or Sunday. Just know that that is in the works. But beyond that, let's go ahead and get into today's first duel. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, this kind of sucks, but we can still make this kind of work. Maybe. We're going to set Code Hack. We're going to set Veil and pass. And the hope is that they only summon 1 monster, so we can use Code Hack to keep Veil alive and then go into our level 4s later. So this draw was unfortunately one where we would have rather gone second instead of first, but oh well. We're still using the fusion deck, by the way. We need more Shaddolls to really make it work, but at the same time, I want to give it more tries. I'm getting tired of playing the same deck over and over again. So, and it's Blue Eyes. Oh, that's unfortunate for me. Yep, discard Master with Eyes of Blue. Which means they basically have full combo, don't they? Well. Yep, add Blue Eyes and Chaos Max. Normally you go alternative there. Interesting play. I assume they already have the Max spell then. Yep, Chaos form. So that's going to bring out Chaos Max Dragon, which is a slight problem. Yeah, tribute Blue Eyes White Dragon in hand. Summon out Chaos Max. 4,000 attack. Cannot be targeted with card effects. This doesn't target though, so cannot be assured by card effects. Code Hack still gets us here. Okay, activating Sage with Eyes of Blue. Sending Chaos Max to the graveyard to summon a Blue Eyes. Okay, bud. I'm very curious where he's going with this. I assume you're grabbing Jet Dragon. This is what normally you grab with Sage. Nope, a Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon. Add a ritual spell of polymerization from deck to hand, and then add a level 8 or higher dragon monster from deck to hand. Okay. Yep, adding Poly. Curious what else he has in hand, because he added Chaos Max and Blue Eyes. We know one of the cards is a Poly. Okay, well now he's doing Sage with Eyes, or Master with Eyes of Blue, so shuffles that back into the deck, sends Abyss Dragon to the grave to special summon a Blue Eyes from your graveyard other than the Scent Monster. Summoning Blue Eyes White Dragon. This is all a very complicated way of making Tyrant. I'm gonna actually be kind of mad. Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon. All level 8 or higher dragon monsters he controls gains 1,000 attack. Alright, when he swings in, we're going to activate Code Hack. Code Hack activates. Why didn't Code Hack trigger? Hold on. If your monster battles an opponent's monster, you can activate this effect. That opponent's monster becomes 0. Or that opponent's monster's attack becomes 0 until the end of this turn. Did it have to be face up to do that? God damn it, another Fortissimo. Or is it something with Azure? Or Abyss? Ugh. No, it's nothing with Abyss Dragon. Why can't I hit that? Okay, I guess summon Cypher Twin. During the battle step, if your monster battles an opponent's monster, you can activate this effect. That opponent's monster attack becomes 0 until the end of this turn. Also, for that battle, monsters cannot... Okay, the ultimate creature. So, cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, any monster in battles is destroyed at the end of the damage step. That would have been great to save, but sure, bud. I can't use Code Hack to destroy monsters. It prevents battle destruction anyway, so that was just a waste of a trap. I think we got another button clicker. Yep, main phase 1. Set 1. One of these two is poly. Now when he swings in, Code Hack should still be able to activate. Yeah, there we go. Reduce the attack to 0, neither gets destroyed, neither person takes battle damage. Main phase 2, end phase. Plus I got rid of the attack boost from Abyss. Ooh, okay. So, if I'm not mistaken, that's going to let us go into El Shaddolls Construct. Let's summon the Dark. Okay, maybe not. Activate Fusion Gate? No, that doesn't do anything. Fuck. The others need to be correct. So why can't we go into El Shaddolls Construct? For any one fusion material monster, but the other fusion material monsters must be correct. And it doesn't really matter, because we can attack, Code Hack activates, reduces the attack of Blue Eyes to 0. Then we attack with Cypher Twin. And we win. Well, not win just yet, but still, we get a good amount of damage. So why is this not working? Because we should be able to substitute the Dark Hex Sealed Fusion for a fusion material. So we substitute it for the one Shaddolls for El Shaddolls Construct, and then our other light monster is Cypher Twin. I don't know. Oh, that's why. I can only fusions. Well, no, hold on. I thought El Shaddolls Construct was a dark. No, she's a light. Never mind. Well, I mean, there we fucking go. We found our Shaddolls. Alright, let's summon Shaddolls Falco. And now we can activate Fusion Gate. Let's summon Winda since... Oh, no. Let's summon Construct, because Bloise is going to be doing a lot of special summoning. So having this on standby is going to be great. Shaddolls Construct activates, so we can add a Shaddolls card from deck to hand. We will add Re-Shaddolls Wendy. Oh no, it sends from... Okay, it sends to Grave. Special summon a Shaddolls monster from deck and face down defense position. This still works, because now we can summon Shaddolls Hound. We can also Fusion Gate again. And make Winda. So let's do that, actually. I forgot, Fusion Gate's not a once per turn. So now we have Construct and Winda. So he's locked into only one special summon per turn. And if he battles Construct, if the Construct battles a special summon monster, it gets destroyed. And we have Code Hack protecting them. Yeah, this was a hell of a pickup. That is amazing. Unfortunately, we did have to banish a lot of our Shaddolls, but still, for this payoff, perfectly fine. Especially considering that if that does happen to go off, well, I guess Re-Shaddolls Wendy's flip effect is actually just special summoning from deck. Or setting from deck, I think. And we banished Hound and Falco. What would have happened if we sent Hound? Target one monster on the field changes battle position. Okay. And there's a surrender. It takes a while for me to assemble the pieces, but when I do, damn, is that a good board? Wendy protected by Code Hack. Regardless, though, that is a win. That is a pack. Let's go ahead and crack it open. Give me the master pack. Hopefully we can pull some more Shaddolls. I would love some more Shaddolls right now. Of course, we're hoping for one archetype out of like hundreds, so let's see what we get. Fluffle Wings. We got some more Fluffle stuff. Maybe we need to look into... Maybe we really do need to look into Fright first. So if this card in your graveyard and you control Toy Vendor, we don't have Toy Vendor. So maybe we leave this one be for now. Wave Motion Inferno. While you have no cards in your hand, face-up Inferno monsters you control gain 400 attack and defense. You can send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard to send all cards from your hand to the graveyard. The Infernities are weird. I don't think I'm going to be running them, so unfortunately not much of a pull. Awakening the Sacred Beast requires 3 monsters that fuck no I'm not summoning. Soul Pendulum is pretty good. You're going to target 2 cards in your Pendulum Zone, change each target's Pendulum scale by 1, minimum 1. You can only use this effect of Soul Pendulum once per turn. Each time Pendulum monsters are Pendulum summoned, place 1 counter on this card. Pendulum monsters on the field gain 300 attack for each counter on this card. You can remove 3 counters from this card during your main phase this turn. You can conduct 1 Pendulum summon of a monster or monsters in addition to your standard Pendulum summon. Another copy of Nitro Head. Tune Rollback. Target 1/2 monster you control can make a second attack during each battle phase. Spirit Message A and Primineral Congrade. Cannot be normal summoned or set, must be special summoned by a card effect. If a monster is sent from your opponent's hand or deck to the graveyard, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand in face down defense position. If this card is flipped face up, you can target up to 2 cards on the field, destroy them. It's definitely interesting, but I might look... Let's see if we can't make a decent Pendulum deck. I will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, do I think this deck is good? Same as the Fusion deck? Not really. But seeing that we had 2 copies of Soul Pendulum, and Soul Pendulum being sort of a pet card of mine, I use this clear back in Legacy of the Duelist. I want to give this one a try too. So this is going to be the Pendulum deck, which if we go in here and check it out, a lot of level 4s. The idea is I have my rank 4 package down here. I also have some of the more generic links. We do have 1 Fusion, Odd Eyes Vortex, because we do have Pendulum Fusion, and we have a few Odd Eyes dotted throughout here. We have Odd Eyes Seer, we have, I believe, yep, Odd Eyes Mirage Dragon, so we can summon it. And we also have 1 Synchro monster, that being Symphonic Warrior Rocks, because we have a few tuners dotted throughout here as well. Basic idea is I keep forgetting to edit the name. This is just so I know what deck I'm doing whenever we get into a game. Yeah, the deck is basically just rank 4 pile, but a little better. I'm not going to use it right now because I want to improve it. I want to do a little more tinkering with it, see if I can't make it better. Do the Pendulums justice, because Pendulums is when I came back into the game. But regardless, let's go ahead and get back into another duel with the Fusion deck. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, not the greatest start out there, but I won't say it's particularly bad either. Okay, so 1 Day of Peace. Okay, it's an Exodia deck. Chicken Game activates, draw 1 card. Which basically means we are on a clock. We need to kill him before he finds all the pieces of Exodia. Although I think he's already stalled out. Yeah. Huh. Draw for turn. Oh, there we fucking go. That's what we needed. So, let's activate Melodius Concerto. Wait, that can get... Fuck yeah, we'll do that then. Shaddolls Hound. And we'll also do... Sophina. Summon El Shaddolls Construct. So 2 things. Shaddolls Hound's effect activates. Although we don't really want to activate it. But we will activate El Shaddolls Construct's effect. We will send Shaddolls Wendy, because when we send Shaddolls Wendy, her effect activates, and we can set Shaddolls Falco. Now, we just summon Cypher Twin, set Pinpoint Dash, Activate Chicken Game's effect by paying 1,000 life points to destroy Chicken Game. And pass turn. Because one day a piece made it so that we can't actually inflict damage to him for this turn anyway, even if we got rid of Chicken Game, so... Okay, summoning Royal Magical Library. Going to assume because it's an Exodia deck, that one card is a fusion card. Activating Cursed Bamboo Sword. Activating Pseudospace. This being using Pseudospace's effect. Copy Chicken Game. Yep. Pseudospace effect, copying Chicken Game. Question is, do I gamble? Because I could go for Naturia Exterio. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. Let's do this. Next thing he activates, I'll activate Pinpoint Dash in response. Okay, Tune Table of Contents. Yeah, we're definitely activating Pinpoint Dash in response to that. Pinpoint Dash, I'm going to assume that's a fusion, so we'll call Naturia Exterio. Oh, it's a Link Karibo. Never fucking mind, my bad. I mean, that's fine. It sends Naturia Exterio to the graveyard. Later on, we can use something to special summon it from grave. Yeah, now they can activate Royal Magical Library. Draw a card from that. They apparently don't know how Royal Magical Library works because it can only have 3 spell counters on it. It would be better to activate the effect now. Yep, Tune Table of Contents, third one, adding Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Activating Trade-In to discard the Blue Eyes Toon Dragon, draw 2. Activate Royal Magical Library, remove 3 counters, draw 1. Activate Broken Bamboo Sword. Activate Cursed Bamboo Sword, returning Broken Bamboo Sword to the hand to allow the Royal Magical Library to attack directly, but the actual benefit is now they can activate Broken Bamboo Sword again. Activate Broken Bamboo Sword again, get another counter on Royal Magical Library. Because we can resummon... Okay, so end phase. They've run out of gas. Draw for turn. We get Fortissimo. Which, unfortunately, we already used our Melodius, but that's fine. Flip summon we flip summon Shaddolls Falco. Shaddolls Falco's effect activates. We will summon Shaddolls. Hold on, this is in face down defense position. So let's do Shaddolls Wendy. And now we summon Arya the Melodious Diva. Special summon into Granosaurus Giga Cannon. Pseudospace currently is not copying anything, so we don't have to worry about that. Let's go to battle phase. Shaddolls Falco attacks into Link Karibo. Basically force him to use Link Karibo on something that doesn't matter. And then Granosaurus Giga Cannon can attack over the Royal Magical Library, inflict 2,200 plus 1,000 with its effect, then attack with El Shaddolls Construct. Total is 6,000 damage on the turn, enough to completely wipe him out. Do not continue to attack. Brennosaurus Giga Cannon attacks Royal Magical Library, 2,200. Followed by the effect, Detach Cypher Twin Raptor. Inflict an additional 1,000 to the face. Yep, and Cursed Bamboo Sword also allows him to grab a Bamboo Sword card from his deck, but that doesn't matter because we're winning this turn. He won't get a chance to use it. Still though, that Link Karibo caught me a little bit. I thought it was going to be the Exodia Fusion. Oh well. Attack directly with El Shaddolls Construct and win the game. Gonna have to remember though that Concerto just summons fairies. It can catch Construct too. That's gonna be nice to know for the future. Regardless though, that is another win. That is another pack. Let's go ahead and crack her open. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is a gold pack. Let's see if we can get anything good out of it. We got Worm Melodius, the one worm that I already have. Powerful Rebirth. Activate this card by targeting one level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Increase its level by 1 and attack and defense by 100. When that monster is destroyed, destroy this card. It's a weird version. It's like weird level modulation version of Call of the Haunted. Not very good. Stall turn. When a spell trap card or monster effect is activated that negates the summon or activation of a spell trap card, banish 3 cards from the top of your deck face down. Negate the activation. If you do, shuffle that card into the deck. Interesting. I might actually run that. That's not too bad. Before Mage Water Dancer. If you control a Before Mage monster, you can special summon this card. When a monster declares an attack, you can target one attack position monster on the field, change it to defense position. You can only use each effect once per turn. If this card is Pendulum summoned, you can add 1 Polymerization from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can only use this effect with Before Mage Water Dancer once per turn. If this card on the field is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can target 1 attack position monster on the field, change it to defense position. So a lot of like defense position shenanigans from this one. It's pretty cool. I like that. Alright, Dark Dragon Ritual, used to summon Paladin of Dark Dragon. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose solo levels equal 4 or more during the main phase, except the turn this card is sent to the graveyard. You can banish this card from your graveyard and add 1 Red Eye Spell Trap from your deck to your hand. It's the worst of the 3 Paladins, unfortunately. Booge Incident. Target 1 Boojin Xyz monster you control. Banish it, and if you do, return all monsters on the field to the hand until your second end phase after activation. Neither player can summon monsters nor take damage with can normal set. During your second end phase after activation, target 1 Boojin monster in your graveyard. Special summon the monster banished by this effect, and if you do, attach the targeted monster as Xyz material. So basically, you're saying, fuck the field. This guy's taking a timeout. We can't summon anything for a little while, and then it comes back. Got it. The Boojins are assholes. Constellar Klaus cannot be used as synchro material up to twice per turn. Target 1 Constellar monster on the field, and then modulate its level by 1, either increase or reduce. And finally, I was talking about Frightfurs earlier. Frightfur Daredevil, 1 Edge Imp and 1 Fluffle. Requires those 2. When this monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. If this face-up card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect while its owner controls it, you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each Frightfur in your graveyard. You can only use each effect of Frightfur Daredevil once per turn. Certainly an interesting beater. That's honestly not too bad if I can get the material for it. That'd actually be great. But for right now, nothing we can really use for the Fusion deck or the Cyberse deck, so we're just going to keep going. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and not too bad here. It's not the greatest, but we got plays. Immediately activating Max C off rip. Unfortunately for you, sir, I'm not going to be doing anything too fancy with my turn. Normal summon Uppercutter. Uppercutter effect activates. They have the Ash too. Oh, nope, no Ash. Okay. That's it. Oh. Nothing from your Max C, sir. Fuck you. Draw for turn. Main phase 1. See what you got for me. Set 1, set 2, set 3, end phase. Okay. Draw for turn, high nitro head. So let's summon Soprano the Melodius Diva. They activate another Max C. Fine, buddy. If you're that desperate to get Max C to go off, attack in for a total of 3,000. Main phase 2, end phase. Jesus, he really wants us to go off. Dude drew 2 Max C's in his starting hand. Yeah, I knew this was Labyrinth. Sending Arius, set a Labyrinth spell trap from hand or deck. Cannot currently activate it, though. Activating Big Welcome Labyrinth. Doesn't have anything in hand, though, so he doesn't actually get... So he special summons Ariana. Ariana returns to hand. He hasn't normal summoned yet this turn, so he does get that effect. Add back Chandraglier. Normal summon Ariana. Ariana's effect adds a Labyrinth card from deck to hand. Adding Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle. Lady Labyrinth of the Silver Castle activates. Special summon Lady Labyrinth. That's fine. Because I have a plan. Okay, you attack in, but I control Battle and Boxer Uppercutter, so I can activate Chief Second in response. That negates the attack, and then we can banish Lady Labyrinth for the turn. Chief Second's effect activates, allows you to special summon it back. But, like I said, we have plans. Special summon Jizukiru, using Lady Labyrinth as tribute. Okay, they activate Welcome Labyrinth. That's fine. Activate Labyrinth Barrage. So they get 2 versions of Welcome Labyrinth. So they get Lovely Labyrinth. And then Lady Labyrinth. That is perfectly fine because we're going to special summon Kennen the Melodius Diva. And we could fusion summon here, but I don't want to, because what I'm actually after is Geonator Transverser, using Chief Second and Soprano. Okay, activating Welcome Labyrinth in the graveyard. Wait, hold on, what the fuck? The fuck? Oh, alright. Fine, that's fair. That's some bullshit. Okay, at the very least we haven't used our normal summon yet this turn. Destroy Pinpoint Dash in hand, that's fine. Instead, we normal summon Switch Hitter. Activate Chandraglier. Set a Labyrinth spell trap from hand or deck. Now then, can I actually do what I was trying to do? Grab Geonator Transverser. Using these two. Activate Geonator Transverser's effect. Put Jizukiru here and cannon there. Battle phase. Jizukiru. The target of this card effects also can't be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Lovely is going to be the one that's annoying. So let's attack over Lovely. End phase. Best part is while Geonator's on the field, Jizukiru can't be destroyed by card effects because it's pointing to Jizukiru. Activate Big Welcome Labyrinth, which also means that they're going to be able to return something to hand. Resummon Lovely Labyrinth. I hate fighting Labyrinth with the Masochist deck. They're probably going to destroy Geonator. Actually, no, they can't destroy anything on my field, so they're probably going to destroy it in my hand. Welcome Labyrinth effect activates. Set Welcome Labyrinth. Labyrinth Chandelier gets added back to hand. Yeah, and they destroy the Nitro Head in my hand. Reset. Barrage. It's fine. Summon Ariana the Labyrinth Servant. This is a loss, by the way. I've already accepted this. This is a loss. Yeah, because now they're gonna get Welcome Labyrinth, and then they get Labyrinth Barrage. Lady Labyrinth's effect activates so they can set a normal trap with a different name directly from deck. So my original plan was Geonator Transverser, swap the two, and then Tribute Transverser and something else on the field to summon Nitro Head. Pop this like little cluster here. But now that's not working. Yeah, now they got Stovey Torby. Stovey Torby's effect activates, set a Labyrinth spell trap from hand or deck. Setting Labyrinth. Coup Clock activates. 4 Power 5 Rainbow Magician, just randomly here, by the way. Place it in the Pendulum Zone. Okay, Labyrinth effect activates. Battle phase are going to attack Geonator Transverser. I already knew that was happening. Now, Jizukiru is no longer protected from destruction, which is a slight problem. Draw for turn, especially when I draw like that. This is only in the deck because it's a Shaddol. And then Dogmatica Punishment. You have something with higher attack than 3,300 in your extra. Legitimate question, what the fuck? Okay, setting Eradicator Epidemic, so now we're done. Yeah, they just randomly have Master of Oz in there for Dogmatica Punishment. Yep, and then Lovely Labyrinth destroys the last card in my hand, and I'm dead on my next turn. Oh, fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm cutting a lot of these duels out. Before we get into the next one, I have not been having a very good day today. That last one especially, it was a Dark World deck. I started the game with like 2 cards in hand. Because I went second, and they did a loop that forced me to put like 4 cards from my hand on the bottom of my deck. Oh. It was not very fun. This is going to be the last duel for the day, just for my own sanity. If we even get a duel. Do we get a duel? We do get a duel. Okay. So, this is going to be the last duel of the day, just for the sake of my sanity. We were having a good day at first. Hopefully we can end out on a good note. Fingers crossed. That ain't the greatest, but at the same time we do have Concerto. Which means we can go into either of our fusions here. Oh wait, no, Winda is a spellcaster. We can only go into Construct. Okay, summoning Manju of the 10,000 Hands. Add a ritual monster or ritual spell from deck to hand. Interesting. This is usually seen as a little too slow for the current meta. I say current meta, this has been considered slow for a while, especially with rituals. Mitsurugi Mirror. When you use ritual summon any reptile ritual monster from hand or graveyard. If Ame no Murakumo no Mitsurugi Fusu no Mitama no Mitsurugi or Ame no Habakiri no Mitsurugi you control is tributed while this card's in your graveyard, you can shuffle this card into the deck. I don't even know if I got even close to pronouncing any of those correctly. That's fine though. Draw for turn. Get Odd Eyes Mirage Dragon. Wait, why can't we activate Concerto? From hand, field, and or pendulum zones. Can I not substitute while it's in my hand? Do I have to summon it? I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. Because we can just do this. Okay, they activate Viper's Grudge. Non-reptile monsters you control cannot attack, also you cannot activate their effects. Face up reptile monster you control is destroyed by balance into the graveyard. You can special summon 1 level 4 or lower reptile monster from your deck. Okay, set Eyes Mirage Dragon. Now Pendulum summon all of these fuckers. Yeah, we still can't activate Concerto. Huh. What does Winda need again? She needs a light, doesn't she? No, she needs a dark. So why can't I use Hex? I guess it doesn't really matter. Go into Code Talker using Odd Eyes and Veil. Still can't do it, so instead we'll do Triple Burst. That way we get Battle Phase Negation. Attack over this for 1000 damage. That was a fairy, so it doesn't even get the effect of it. Draw for turn. Then let's see what he can do from here. Because we do also have our Pendulum summon for Odd Eye Seer. Which I don't know if we have any other Performer Pals or Odd Eyes in the deck, but we can always try. Never hurts to try. Plus, if we draw a Shaddolls, that's free Construct. Oh no, that's free, I keep forgetting which one's which. That's free Winda. Alright, draw for turn. Fusion substitute. Alright, Pendulum Summon, Odd Eye Seer. And face up defense. And then, wait, hold on, we can, using, from your extra deck, using monsters you control as fusion material. Oh, okay, so this is, yeah, because this would get us into Masochist Chorozo, which I don't actually want to do right now. So, attack with triple burst. Just keep hammering away. And I may come to regret that later, but for right now, it's fine. Main thing is, I don't know what, like, they searched out the weird ritual spell earlier, and I'm not sure what that's summoning, because I don't know what any of these monsters do. Standby phase, main phase 1. Battle phase. I'm assuming they got like an evenly back there or something. Which is hilarious because I control exactly as many cards as they do. Hello, Fusion Gate. We got a lot of our like fusion methods. We don't have any material. Alright, anyway. Battle phase. Keep on swinging. One more swing and that's death. But I hope you find something now. See if they found anything. This is the last duel for the day. I'm staying firm on that. We're not doing any more after this. So, if he got something, great for him. He wins. If he didn't, though, that's a great way to end off the day. What you got? Standby phase, main phase 1. Okay, activating attack pheromones. Battle phase. Main phase 2, end phase. Well, my friend, I wish to thank you for the game. Thank you for the pack. We'll go ahead and summon the Serenade. Because why not do as much as we can? If we do that, it will summon Chorozo, I believe. Yeah, because we don't have any Shaddolls on the field. We only have the one Melodius. So yeah, we're just going to attack you straight up. 2400 to the face, and that's a win for us. Ladies and gentlemen, that is also the third win on the day, so that means we do get to pick a pack. But regardless, let's go ahead and crack it open. Also, I do, before we do that, actually, I'm gonna check something real quick. Just curious, because I have a feeling I know what the goal here was. No, looking at it, I have no fucking clue. Because I thought they were doing, like, Vinamanaga. But this looks like someone is doing a Masochist challenge and wanted to make, Ogdoadics. Yeah, a lot of these don't even make sense together. What is this deck? Huh. Well, I mean, regardless. We won. I don't really care all that much. Let's go ahead and see what all packs are on offer for us. Because once again, we can only grab packs from this, like, shop area. So... we could grab... See if we can't get Eldritch. If we can get Eldritch, that's an amazing pull. No rainbow on the pack, but you never know. Never know. Alright, White Ninja. Flip target one face up. Target one defense position monster on the field. Destroy that target. Chirubime Princess of Autumn leaves. Your opponent cannot target face-up plant monsters for attacks except this one. If this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by your opponent's card, you can special summon one plant monster from your deck except Cherubime. Okay. Prank Kid Dropsies. If this card is sent to the graveyard as material for the fusion or link summon of a Prank Kids monster, you can gain 1,000 life points and special summon one Prank Kids from your hand or deck in defense position except Dropsies. You can only use this effect of Prank Kids Dropsies once per turn. Ties that bind. If you control Shining Sarcophagus and a monster that mentions it, special summon up to 2 level 4 lower monsters with different names that mention the Shining Sarcophagus from your hand and or deck. Also for the rest of this turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon from the extra deck. Yeah, so far I'm not seeing anything we can really use. Overpowering Eye. Target one zombie monster you control 2,000 or less attack. You can attack directly this turn. Vampire's Curse. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can pay 500 life points, special summon it. We have like 2 of these guys already. El Dorado Adelantado. If you control an Eldritch monster, which we don't currently have, so that's useless to us. And Shadow Vampire. Cannot be used as material for an Xyz summon except the Xyz summon of a dark monster. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon one dark vampire monster from your hand or deck, except Shadow Vampire, but monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of this turn except that special summon monster. That is cool. I do like that one. That one I'm going to keep in mind if we ever go back to vampires. But anyway, for right now, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Go check out some of my other videos. I have a ton of content on Yu-Gi-Oh! As well as other trading card games such as MTG Arena, or we played Inscription, a blind playthrough of Inscription a while back. If you want to go check that out, you can. Beyond that, though, thank you all so much for watching, and have a good day.